One of the most hyped fragrances on social media, especially YouTube, is the OG Nautica Voyage. But it's been a few years since that hype train started. So is this fragrance still hyped? Are people still buying it? And is it still worth getting? If you like reviews of designer fragrances, clones, new releases, etc., please hit that subscribe button. So Nautica Voyage is like the gateway drug to starting a fragrance obsession. I have read so many comments where people said that this was the first fragrance they ever bought, and it is what started their fragrance addiction. So let's take a look at how it's going now. So if we head over to Amazon, this is listed as the #1 selling fragrance, and I don't think in the last few years that it has lost that top spot. In addition to that, there are over 100,000 reviews on this fragrance, and there were over 20,000 bought in the last month. 20,000 a month, do the math, that's around 250,000 bottles a year just on Amazon alone. If you look at the #2 fragrance, which is Versace The Dreamer, you can see that it has 104,000 reviews, but only 7,000 purchased in the last month. Nautica Voyage does 3 times the volume of that every month. So what is this fragrance and why does it sell so well? So this is described as a woody aquatic fragrance. It was released in 2006, so almost 20 years ago, and it's still going strong. So the perfumer who is responsible for this is Maurice Roussel. So he's known for working with brands such as Gucci, Guerlain, Frederic Malle. This guy knows what he's doing. So the notes on this are fairly simplistic, yet they work really well. They got things like apple, greens, lotus, and it has a fairly standard base note profile of things like musk, cedar, and oak moss. So you can take a look at the presentation. It's a nice classy bottle with some blue juice that makes it look aquatic. The cap is plastic, and the sprayer is quite possibly one of the worst sprayers that I own, but I can certainly get over that for a $17 or $18 fragrance. Now the scent on this is fantastic, especially for a sub $20 fragrance. When you spray this on, you get a lot of freshness, greens, and a very watery and aquatic feel to it. It has almost a slight freshly sliced cucumber smell with a little bit of a salty vibe to it. You also have a little bit of that synthetic fruity apple note that's mixed in there as well, along with some extremely light florals and some muskiness. The scent kind of reminds me of 2 different things. One, it's like being fresh and clean out of the shower. And 2, it also reminds me of an aquatic scent of being at the beach with fresh ocean air and those water accords. So the scent is fairly linear. During the dry down, it just gets a little bit more woodsy. It just gets a little bit more musky with a slight touch of woods, but overall it still maintains that fresh crispness and that watery feel to it. As far as performance, it falls right in line with those mid-$20, $25 fragrances. I get about 4 to 6 hours out of this, and I get, pretty light projection. You're not going to be able to walk into a room and turn heads. However, if you are near someone or very close to someone, they will be able to smell this on you. So what makes this fragrance so great? Why do people keep buying it? And why does it keep doing so well? Well, to me, there's tons of reasons. One is it's easy to get. It's at almost every rack store like Burlington, TJ Maxx, etc. And you can find it for $17 to $19 usually there. It's available on Amazon as a prime purchase. We just looked at the data there. They sell 20,000 something of these a month. So it's just easy to find. Another reason why this fragrance is so popular and why it works so well is because almost anybody can wear this. It doesn't matter if you are a 15-year-old high school student. You can pull this off and no one's going to look at you like you're wearing something that does not match you. If you are an older guy, 50, 60, whatever, you can still pull this off. And again, no one's going to look at you like you're wearing a teenage fragrance. This stuff is just versatile and it works for literally everybody. Another reason is this stuff is so beginner friendly. With the low cost, the versatility, it's also just very inoffensive. So Nautica Voyage does not get the hype that it used to get, but as you can see, this stuff is still going strong and it's still considered one of the best, if not the best, budget beginner fragrances.